hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. This is my final show for today. It's been shows. I'm just coming back from one. I should have started this show about 12 minutes ago, but definitely I'm down here with you guys. Yeah, had a lovely show today. With some brothers who came down to the channel, and also had another show with TJ, Sad, Capo. All these guys, Dio, and so on and so forth. We just finished that show right now. And here I am here for the Henchman Show, episode 12. It doesn't get better than this. On a day that Arsenal have drawn one of the European heavyweights in the next, in the next stage of the UEFA Champions League. See ya, guys. Yeah, welcome. No other person than my partner. If this guy is Superman, I'm Robin. Yeah, it doesn't get better than this. No other person than my brother from the southern side, yeah, of America. No other person than the Southern Gooner, Matt Odom. Drum rolls, is a true Gooner, true Arsenal fan. He gets the po. Big ups to you, my brother, man. How you doing? Talk to these people, man.
All right, what's good, brother? What's good? What's good? What's good? Friday afternoon, man. Just loaded day today, man. But we here, brother. We here. We here. Let's talk. Let's talk. We got a lot of ground to cover. And I know you want to get my thoughts on everything.
It's good. It's good you said we have a lot of ground to cover, man. It's good you said that. See ya, guys, yeah. And Matt, Arsenal have been drawn, yeah. Again, we've been dealt another blow. But again, this should be an expected blow. When you're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, you should be expecting the big wigs. Yeah. I'm not one of these fans, yeah, that want to cut through corners. I'm not one of these fans that want to go through Dortmund. I'm not one of these fans that want to go through PSV or, the other. In fact, I said I want to go through PSG. That's what I said in the first place. Matt Odom, we have drawn against European heritage, European royalty, Bayern Munich. What's your idea about this? And see, everyone in the chat here, please comment on this. I want to hear what you think about this, how you think that game will go. Send down your questions. Let's tickle the brains of our brother down here, man. Southern Gunner. Southern Gunner, take over, man.
Let me ask you a question because I haven't been able to get this cleared today or not because I've been working most of the day. Is the away leg? Are we home first or are we away?
I think we're away first, actually.
Can somebody in the chat verify for that for me? Are we away first?
I'm seeing that we're away. So I'm not really sure, but I will have to check about that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Oh, we go away first. Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you this. This is real easy then. If we go down there, Lord Jesus. Oh my word. Are we home or I keep Goonie is saying we home away. Sam is saying we are home. So let me put it to you this way.
I'll see.
I'm just gonna tell you like this. If we home, we better win and win big. Because
we are at home. We are at home first. Confirmed. Okay. We are at home first. Yeah.
So in that we have to defeat them at home, and we have to do it, without leaving any meat on the bone. If we turn around here and it's 1-1 going back to the Allianz Arena, I'm telling you now, you may as well just go ahead and put it up, get your bags packed, and get ready to focus on this Premier League 100% because that Champions League is over. It's done. I've seen a lot of people today. I've heard people today as I've been driving back. I've heard people go that Bayern Munich is going to be a pushover and it's not the same team. I want people to understand one single solitary thing. Every position in that team has high quality players. Well, what do you mean by high quality? I'm going to give you an example. For those who watched the Atletico game the other night with Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan, did you see the goal that was scored by Memphis Depay?
Yeah,
that's I don't know. That's the kind of quality that's all over the pitch for Bayern Munich. One slip up. I want folks to understand this. One slip up.
Yeah.
Absolutely over. Harry Kane is still in that team. Harry Kane knows his way around the Emirates pretty damn good. We're going to have to play flawless. Shout out to Sarcasm TV. Flawless.
Big ups, flawless.
Flawless football when we play Bayern Munich. The room for error is, there was a discussion this week. Shout out to Connor as well, because we was over there with Connor. I'm going to just tell you what was said on the show. It was said that Arsenal are not under pressure. We're going to be under massive pressure. We're going to be under massive pressure for the rest of the year. This tie is going to be sandwiched between Brighton and I think Aston Villa. Now, just our luck, Real Madrid is going to be playing Man City. So they've got their hands tied as well. But for right now, we're focusing on us. We're going to have to do a lot of juggling. There's going to have to be a lot of juggling in the next 10 weeks. Me personally, right now, my gut says we'll lose probably 5-3. That's my gut as of right now. That's rapid reaction just based off of what I'm looking at. It all depends. For me, it may change depending on what our form looks like going into that. We have got to beat them at home. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
There's no doubt we have to beat them at home. That's no doubt. Although I would like to counter what you're saying, but I'll allow you to give your preamble first.
Yeah. What Tony? We're going to have to beat them because we're going to have to have something going to the. I'm telling you, that going to the Allianz Arena is a different ball game. It's different than going. It's a different ball game. It's an extremely different ball game. And I think when we played Porto, worked out well for us, and we went there first, so we knew what needed to be done. It was absolute. We know that when we come home, we have got to do the business. And we've got to start taking that mentality on that. We've got to do the business because whoever we play after that, it's going to be 2 times harder than what we're playing already.
Yeah.
Do I think we can compete against Bayern Munich? I think we can. But like I said, my heart's telling me 5-3 right now because I just know what's on the back end. Because if it was flip-flopped, I would probably say, we might actually get this. But I think if we don't get the job done at home first, and I'm talking convincing. Now, we talk about 4 or 5 goals. We have to listen to me.
We have to get it.
Listen, right here. Listen to me.
Listen, guys.
4 to 5 goals have to be on that before we go to the Allianz. We got to go run right. We have to literally make them have to come out and go, come out of their shell playing us at home. I know people are pointing to their league. Oh, well, they're bad in the league and this, that, and the third. This is the Champions League, and this is a team that's draped in pedigree. And I'm going to say this too, because I don't know if this has been said where you was at earlier, or I hadn't heard it today, but I'm going to say this right now. Bayern Munich ain't winning the Bundesliga, so you know where they put all their energy at.
That's a big point.
So you know what, and if they don't, and all of the pressure is on them because their fan base is not going to have it, not having nothing this year. So I'm telling you now, the objective has to be destroy Bayern Munich. You have to defeat Das Power. You have to defeat Bayern Munich at home heavily. Otherwise, us going there is probably going to result in a 2-1, 1-1, something along that line.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. The wind is at our back at home, so you have to get the job done.
See, Mattia, let me just bring you up to speed with some of the points to which I want to look at with you with this Bayern Munich being drawn with Arsenal. See, this is Bayern Munich, I know. European heritage, European giants, I get that. If you ask me about this draw, I like this draw. How about that? Because, see, you can only keep hoping, for this, for these smallish teams, for these teams you hope you would beat. Because at the end of the day, when you're in a big competition like this, you would still end up playing the, playing the big wigs of the competition, and you might still go out, in those in those challenges, playing against the big wigs of the competition. So why don't you just face Bayern Munich right now and get on with it? So good. And of course, definitely, if Arsenal start going through all this, Dortmund route, PSV route, all those things, the fans will say, oh, we went through the easy route. No, let's go through the hard way. Yeah. If we say I think we play the best brand of football in Europe right now, and as we speak, because no one is playing the brand of football we're playing right now. If you ask me, if we say that we're playing one of the best brands of football, let's test ourselves on the big guys. How about that? Let's test ourselves, with European heritage. And so, yeah, so be it. We get Bayern Munich. Good. Let's throw that all away. Bayern Munich in their home form, they're 10 points behind Bayer Leverkusen, who is running away with that league title right now. This season in the German Bundesliga, Bayern Munich has been beaten by Werder Bremen. They've been beaten by Bochum. They've been beaten by one other team like that. What's the name of that team? Eintracht Frankfurt. So this season they've lost to below par, teams this season. So it's not like this team is an invincible team. They've been dominating the German Bundesliga, but this season they're not winning. So there's at least there's some holes in that team. Yeah, they won the Champions League group, but I think they had one or two hard games in that, in that Champions League group at the time. They were dumped out of the FA Cup, just like Arsenal was dumped out of their own FA Cup. The Germans, the Bavarians were dumped out of the cup by Sandkrossen, that German minnows out of the Dutch Pokal. So, they're out of these cup games. Definitely, there will be more urgency in them playing in the European Champions League and winning. Matt, they've sacked their manager already. Let's be frank about this. The manager is leaving that football club at the end of the season. Technically, sacked. All eggs will be on this basket in the European Champions League to win this title. That's for sure. But again, Matt, yeah, I'm still seeing a German side. I'm still seeing a Bayern Munich that doesn't, it doesn't really have Arturo Vidal. It doesn't really have Alonso, the coach of Bayern Munich. I'm calling these players because these players were the players that were there when they disgraced us 5-1. Some of those players are still there. Muller is still there. I can say that. Kimmich is still, he's down there. He wasn't in that team, but he's big experience. It's not like Bayern Munich is the same Bayern Munich of 10 years, 7 years, 6 years. Do you literally see a gap in this team that Arsenal could be able to explore? Most of all, remember, Bayern Munich are losing all their fan base when they come to the Arsenal. So Arsenal will just be filled with Arsenal fans. No Bayern Munich fans in that stadium on the day. Marty, what do you think?
I think the lack of purchases in January, I think us not preparing. This is when I go back to screaming the first half of the season that we needed reinforcements. I think the lack of a bench will rear its head in this tie. Regardless of the fact of us going there. And I could care less about their fans. We've lost games with no fans behind the closed doors. Let's talk about some of these losses we had behind closed doors that, we are. So it don't matter whether or not we've lost with people, with nobody in the stadium. So that means absolutely nothing to me.
Wait. So wait. You're not putting that under consideration that they're coming down to the Emirates without their fans in the Champions League game, Matty. Come on, man.
No. I think what I think what was this is the when we go when you bring it up this way, Tony. Let me rephrase this. Let me go this way. Yeah. I want you to understand something, Tony. This is the only chance they have at a trophy. They're not gonna care who's in the stadium. They're not gonna care if let me throw this your way too. The manager knows he's on the way out. What do you think he's gonna want to do? Enhance his resume before he walks out the door.
Before he walks out the door. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not saying. I want people to understand this. I'm not saying we can't beat them. If we played them best out of 7, we wouldn't beat them. I'm just saying, right now, as our team is constructed, because people refuse to look at the fact that we do not have a bench. And I keep telling people, the longer the season goes, the bench is gonna get called on. And you can people, Thomas Partey's back, Timber, Timbuktu, Timberlake, and all that other stuff. Let me tell you what I know. When it's time to go get goals off that bench, when it was time the other night to get goals in this team, who did they go get up? Who did they bring in this week? Who did they bring in against Porto? What player did we roll out there to the pitch? Who showed up when it was time? When it was? I ain't talking about Raya for everybody in the chat. I'm talking about one Eddie in Etia.
The king of Zamunda.
Of the matter is that, Tony, I keep telling people this bench will show up. And it will show up in the Champions League, not the league. I think quite frankly, I think we're gonna fare pretty well in the Premier League. This Champions League, when you got quality after quality after quality after quality after quality after quality, people refuse to look at this bench and they look at everybody else. You can go player for player. When this weekend, everybody's sitting at home and you ain't doing nothing because we ain't in the FA Cup. We pissed that away. You look at the Bayern Munich player and you match them up with the Arsenal player. Match everybody up all the way down the line. That is where our problem is going to be when we play Bayern Munich. Or whoever we play after that. And damn sure whoever we play in the final. Because whoever's sitting in that final, and if I had to put my money on it, it's going to be either Madrid or either City. Barn, we don't have to play them. The quality, the amount of the quality is going to show up, Tony. That's why I'm so mad about all of our cup competitions. We don't have a team that's not built to compete on all fronts. We should have players. We should, like the other night against Porto. I'm glad we won in penalty kicks, but we shouldn't have been going to penalty kicks against that. We shouldn't have. Thank God we ain't got a game this weekend. People ain't even thinking about that. What if we had a game this weekend? What if we had to play somebody serious this weekend and we just played 120 minutes of football?
120 minutes of football.
Nobody's thinking about that, Tony. All of the players coming back just about a defensive. Defense is fine this year. Barring anybody gets hurt. It's going forward in these games. Because when we play Bayern Munich, I'm telling y'all, people this guy in this team, and I'm telling you, they will go front to back on your ass so quick your head will spin. They will go bang, boost, bosh, 3 passes. Yeah. And Tony, we have yet to be in a situation this year in the Champions League where we find ourselves down 2 or 3 goals and have to dig ourselves out of a hole. Yeah, that's something that's why I said we have got this. We have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Have to win the first leg. If we don't win that first leg, you can go ahead and put it in your suitcase and walk on to the house. Bayern Munich just completely crap the bed when we go over there.
Definitely. Shout out to the chat here. Please, if you're in the chat, please send in your questions. Smash the like button. And please, those of you who haven't subscribed, please take the time out to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, please. This channel is a home to, our brother Matt, the Southern Guinea. So please make sure you smash the like button and make sure you also subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. Matty, that before Arsenal would monster anything out of this Champions League draw that we've been dealt with, mostly Bayern Munich, we have to improve our away form. That's the form that will take us to Allianz Arena. We need to improve our away form because our away form has been shocking, man, in the Champions League.
All tournament.
let's be frank about it. Yeah, let's be frank. Yeah, in as much as I want to, in as much as I believe that this Bayern Munich team has holes in this team, they've got holes, they've got problems this season. Let's don't take that away out of the equation. But again, I still do think that our European pedigree right now, mostly away from home, isn't desirable. I think we need to, increase our goal scoring mechanics, increase our tactics technically in order to outwit, the other team. But this manager, yeah, I think it stems with him. He always wants to play this chess checkers kind of game with you know with the opposing coach down there. He doesn't make changes at the time he should be making a change. Look at that Potter game; it was screaming for a change. But again, it boils down to he doesn't trust the people on the bench. So maybe that's why it's kind of like I don't want to make those changes because what I have on the bench right now, I don't really trust them. But again, he was the one that went to, get these players in the first place. So again, it still boils down to our bench, innit?
I keep trying to tell people. I keep telling people this bench is this bench situation is going to show up, and it's going to show up at the most inopportune time, and he's going to hurt. He's going to regret it, and it's going to look at a missed opportunity. And we've got to get this done, Tony. We've got to get this. We got to win something this year. Something has to be won. He's going to have to figure it out. He's got to look at that first leg. Let me tell you, after that first leg, it's going to be very clear on what we need to do going forward for the rest of this season, because we'll know either we're in this thing, and then we can look at the league and see it's going to be something's going to give on one point on one side.
Yeah.
Now, what you want to happen is you want City to go far as they can, because then City has to, they have to exert a lot of energy. You want them to, you want it, because if they end up getting kicked in the teeth by Madrid, then guess what they're going to turn around and do? Try to do everything they can, same thing with Liverpool. The problem, Tony, is this bench, and I said it beginning of the year. We needed extra quality. We needed one or two more players there in January, just a little bit more quality. Or it's like I said,
but Matty, we are at the top of the league right now. We are in the Champions League. We can't bring in players right now. We're talking of making use of what we have right now. How can we make you do with what we have right now and go against Bayern Munich and in the Premiership? Let's talk about now. How can we do it? Because we're already there for a reason, apparently. Yeah, we're in this conversation. So how do we do this? I'm up here for solutions. What is the solutions with the players we have right now? And Matty, again, when we're talking about goal scoring, down here, we also have to put into perspective that Arsenal have scored nearly 31 goals in about 8 games in the Premiership. I know, and in the league, I know we've not been able to,
kind of like Tony.
Transition into Europe.
Tony. That's the difference, because based off of what we saw this weekend, a lot of people thought we were going to roll into Porto against Porto this week and drop the hammer on them. And what happened? We ended up going to penalty kicks. Shout out to the goalkeeper that we supported, by the way, that we told y'all should have been this
Shout out to Ryan.
We told folks about this man. So I'm gonna gloat in it, because we kept saying it that he presented us with a better chance to win. But back to the question at hand, Tony, that's the point of what I'm saying. Our league, the same pedigree that Bayern Munich has, we have a pedigree of not winning nothing.
Yeah,
we have a pedigree of that, a history.
Yeah.
So something's gonna have to give. Something's gonna have to give. They're gonna have to, and this is why I want the boys to keep winning in the league, because it at least give them some type of momentum, confidence per se. And I was glad they won that game the other night, because that confidence is going to translate over to the league. But let's throw something else out, Tony.
Yeah,
we got an international break coming up.
Yeah,
these players have got to come back healthy.
Oh my God! You like throwing these bombs, man, and that's very important. Once in a
We
while, we
got
need
we,
this
we,
bomb.
we got to have players coming back healthy. If we drop one player that's the starting player right now on defense, it's
Oh
curtains.
my God! Oh my God, man!
If we lose, if we lose Odegaard or anybody, any kind of knick-knack, any kind of 4 week. Well, let me put it to you this way. Now that season ended injury, I'm talking a 4 or 5 week injury right now would throw everything in chaos. So we gotta hope everybody comes back healthy. And this is before we get to this tie. Because if we
Yeah,
lose Trossard or something like that, I mean,
we're in trouble, man.
yeah,
Say it as it is. We're in trouble. If we
yeah.
lose him, we're in trouble because
So
Gabriel
so so
Martinelli
so so
is
Tony,
already injured, by the
so,
way.
so Tony, we always tell people there's a chance of winning at all times. But
Hmm.
right now, we're in the pressure cooker. Arsenal in the pressure cooker. You know, Goon was in here. He was on the panel with me when it was said there was no pressure. There is much pressure. There's a lot of pressure coming down the pipe now. You know, we have
Yeah.
got, we have got to compete on all fronts and maintain a level here. And this is why when Ramsdale was in goal the other day, I said mentality is key because all it takes is one flap and one gap almost cost us the Premier League.
Yeah.
A gap against Porter almost would put us out of there. Could you imagine him in goal instead of Ray the other night?
Oh my days.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is that it's that fine of a line, and this is why I keep hammering it. I'm going to hammer it until we play them. We got to win the first leg, and we got to win it big time.
We have to win that first leg. And again, since they're fancy, this is why I think differently with you in this Bayern Munich case. I do think that Arsenal should exploit that situation where Bayern Munich isn't coming with their fans, their home fans, down to the Emirate. We should exploit that
Well,
situation
Tony, that's
in
that's that's a
front of
given.
our
That's
own
a given,
fans.
though.
We have to deal them a very little blow, win them by up to 4-3, 3-1, 4-1 if we can do that, and then go down to the Allianz Arena. And of course, even if we lose 2-1, 3-1 down there, at least we'll go on aggregate,
But
because
that's
that's the
that's
only
that's my
way.
route. That's
That's
my
the
route
only
through.
way.
That's my route through. That we have to hammer them at home, get a
Mm.
draw, a point to where you can do what you need to do and move on. But it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, and we knew this was coming. We all knew this was coming.
We all knew
Tony,
this was coming.
I want to talk about this Premier League. We'll talk
Yeah,
about this Premier League.
definitely. Shout out to the chat here. Big up to you, Samuel Ungunga. Big up to you, my brother, man. Please, man, make sure you try and subscribe to the channel, man. To be nice to see you and your, input down here on my channel most of the time. Big up to you, Mama Flossie. Our moderator is down here. Here today is also down here. Big up to you here today, man. Nice to see you here. He says Bayern is beatable, but Ateta has to perform here on like Porto. Yeah, totally agree to that. Here today says good evening, Mama Flossie. And this lady, she happens to be a Manchester United fan. Guys, yeah, go support this lady. Yeah, she's a big friend of mine. Met her on Sarcasm TV. And she's a very nice person. And apart from being a nice person, she's an enemy of the house, actually. She's a Man United fan. She's an American like you, Matt Odom. It would be nice for you to have a couple of shows with her. And she's Sunshine FC. She has a good channel. I go down there to watch most of our shows, not live, but I go there to check out her stuff because she's very knowledgeable, a lady, but she knows her stuff, And she says, "Big up, Tony. Stars align FC." Yeah, Sunshine FC. I do believe that the Arsenal stars are aligning. That's why we're in the conversation. Let's see if Arsenal can go into this matchup and get something. Let's just see. Matt, let me bring you back into this conversation. Shout out to Longhead Yeti, who's down here. Longhead Yeti is our guy, our friend. He's down here. The Yorkshire Gunner is down here. See, yeah, go subscribe to the Longhead Yeti's cave. That's a big guy down there. He says, "Sup, legend. It's good. It's good buying to Arsenal in the UCL. I don't believe that, man. I still think Arsenal can compete and just scale through this matchup against Bayern. That's what I think. Yorkshire Gunner is down here, a big friend of the house, a big friend of Matt Odom too. See, Matt, I have a slight concern with our injured players who just came back to the fray. If you watch the FC Porto game, yeah, in both legs, yeah, some players were available to come in. Emmy Smith Rowe was available to come in, even in the second match. Yeah, Emmy Smith Rowe was available to come in. Thomas Partey available. Fabio Vieira available. But again, when these players came on, yeah, Gabriel Jesus, they didn't really show me that fight. They even look more knackered than the players that were even playing in the whole 90 minutes. Gabriel Jesus had the stinker, couldn't put the ball in. If Arsenal ought to win this Champions League, win the Premiership like we want them to do, because we're Arsenal fans first and foremost. We want them to win the title. We want them to win the Champions League. If we're to make anything happen in these competitions, we have to rely on our bench for something. Yeah, at least the players coming back from injury. Matt, do you in any way see any solution, or do you in any way see this our bench coming back to help the fray? Again, you have to also think about Julian Timber, who's coming back from long-term injury. He's coming back. He's a good player. He could come in handy in this, matchup against FC Bayern. Mind you, Tomiyasu is also back in training, and he will be fit and okay to make that run in Bayern Munich. Matt, do you see our bench running full circle and just give us that extra 12th man to be able to get over the line against Bayern Munich? What do you think?
The only person on that bench right now that I have any remote confidence in would be Tomiyasu.
I'm not Julian Timber. I'm not Julian Timber.
He's coming off ACL injury, Tony. He hadn't played live football in God knows how long. Same thing with Thomas Partey.
But he has been going through training.
Tony, he has not played live football. I didn't say training with the boys, laughing and listening to music and listening to young Jock and Jeezy out there on the pit. I'm talking about actually playing real live football where people are coming to take your head off. He hadn't done it since August, and he did it for 45 minutes then. Thomas Partey hadn't played 5 consecutive full games of football all season.
True. This is a fact.
This is a fact. Thank you. It's a fact. I'm not just making this up. I'm not just pulling this down.
It's a fact. There's a fact, too.
What has Eddie Nketiah done the last 4 or 5 times he's been on for 30 minutes or more? What has he scored?
Nothing.
What has he hit?
Useless. Nothing. He's done nothing.
Hey, Tony. What has Jesus done the last few times he's been subbed on to come on and provide an offensive spark? And we're up in these games, by the way.
He's done nothing. To be very sincere with you, our bench has been underwhelming.
We have a bench. This is why you answered your question earlier. This bench answers the question you asked earlier. Why did the manager not bring these players on? He looked over there and said, "Nah, we'll just win it on the pitch." And that's what it's gonna come down to this year. The boys look tired. This is why I said, thank God we're not playing this weekend. Because we're not equipped. Just think about it, Tony. Let's just look at this from 30,000 feet.
Perspective.
Let's look at this for 30,000 feet. Let's look at this for 30,000 feet. If we were in the FA Cup tomorrow, coming off a game, 120 minutes played this week, in the middle of a title, they hanging over their life. Much as I wanted us to compete for the FA Cup, in a sense, as of right now, I'm actually glad because they can rest. Because I know we don't have a team that can compete on all 3 fronts. We don't have a team that can compete on all 3 fronts. We couldn't start the bench tomorrow. We'd lose. Just think about it. If we were in the FA Cup tomorrow and we had to play the bench, guess what? We getting sent home. We getting packed up. We getting kicked into the team. And they're playing Newcastle, right? Newcastle beat us, right? Newcastle was the team that beat us in the FA Cup, right?
No. West Ham
Who
was the
beat
one
us in
that
the
beat
FA
us in
Cup?
the
West
FA
Ham?
Cup.
Okay, I can't remember who it was that beat us. But
No,
anyway,
Liverpool beat us. Yeah,
Okay,
Liverpool
so
beat us in
Liverpool,
the FA Cup.
they're playing tomorrow. And then you look at City.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I said I really want us to get this league. I want them to win out. That's right. I forgot it was because they had Clark and Bradley and Kwanzaa. They had all of them. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. We got beat by the kids. But I mean, we don't have a team that can compete, and this is why I want to start planning the season for next season early. As they say, prime. I got a good buddy of mine here that always say prime the pump. I want to prime the pump right now. I want a team next year that has players starting and on the bench that can compete on all four fronts. Every cup they have played. We shouldn't have to rely on soccer all year. All year. We shouldn't have to. We should be able to go get a like for like change off the bench. Like for like, Tony.
And again, Bukayo Saka had a stinker in that game against Bottom, man. Matty, that's another big concern of ours here going into this European challenge. Yeah, like, let's not act as if we're Arsenal fans. Yeah, so in front of other fans, I might not be like this, but I'm talking to a brother who is an Arsenal, so we have to talk this just as if we're in a family meeting. Bukayo Saka dished out a stinker against FC Porto, man. Very underwhelming.
He's done it several times this year, Tony. He's done it several times this year, Tony. Several times this year.
And see, Matty, yeah. If we need to go over the line against, Bayern Munich, mostly away from home at the Allianz Arena, we have to be having our highest goal scorer because he represents that. Bukayo Saka is the highest goal scorer in this Arsenal team. We need him to get over the line. Most of all, we need that game to be played in the worth areas. We need that game to be diversified. We need Bukayo Saka to evolve. We need our wingers to be highly powered to actually give Kimmich, and give Alphonso Davies a run for their money. Because I think those players could be run at. Kimmich is a good player. I get that. Alphonso Davies are not a beast down there. But we need our wide players, respectively Martinelli and respectively also Bukayo Saka, to have a run in the wide areas. We need Bukayo Saka to be on form on that day. Without him, I don't really see this Arsenal team, overworking this Bayern Munich team. We need our wide players, because that will be the plan A, and that should work. If it doesn't work, we're done. Because if we go through our plan B, which is look balls over down to Kai Havertz, I know Kai Havertz isn't the most prolific kind of player to be there as our number 9. He's not that prolific. Has he been okay this season? Yes, he has been okay. He's our second highest goal scorer, which is an indictment to our striker department. But throw that all away, yeah? Our plan B might not work against FC Bayern if we're just going to throw Kai Havertz up top and look balls onto him. We need our wide players on form on that day. But with Bukayo Saka dishing out stinkers, Matty, what do you think, man? We're in trouble.
I mean, Tony, he's done it all. He's gotten away with it most of this year. And quite frankly, I think it's down to form. There's two things: form and not having any competent competition. And when you look at that bench, you see he's not threatened by Jesus. Not threatened by Nketiah. He's not threatened.
He's not threatened.
When a player's not threatened, look at the performance. This bench is going to cost us at some point this season.
Yeah.
And I'll say, if the manager can get a trophy with what he got here, with anything with this right here, with this bench,
Yeah.
Because he hadn't. I mean, kudos to him. But because I can tell you right now, I don't see the quality. I'm looking at the lineups between Arsenal and Bayern Munich right now. I'm looking at them, and I'm telling you now, if Bayern need to go get 2 or 3 goals, they got 2 or 3 players in the team that can get it without a problem. Without a problem. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, without a problem. Yeah, Harry Kane and the rest of them.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's a different level. This is why I was so upset in January, Tony. We didn't bring in some reinforcements. Reinforcements.
Yeah.
And people got to get it out their head. I know our form in the league is good with winning games, but let's not be crazy, man. It took a last minute goal winner from Kai to win the last game.
That was true.
And I told people, I said, we've been spoiled. And it's gonna be sweat butts for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, every game is gonna be sweat butt time. City.
No, but the thing is that we're getting over the line. The thing is that we're getting over the line in these games. And for me, that's what matters. We might sweat it out, but we're getting over the line.
Tony, look at the run-ins we have. That's gonna only last for so long. I just told somebody the other day, I said, shoot, let's beat City when we come back. What about United? What about Spurs? What about Chelsea? What about Villa? What about Luton? What about all these other teams, these banana peels? Let me paint the same scenario I painted the other day. Let's say we get the Spurs. Spurs know if we beat them, we win the title. What Spurs team you think gonna show up?
Oh my days!
What Spurs team you think gonna show up? Hey Tony, if Spurs know that beating City will get us the title, what Spurs team you think gonna show up?
They're gonna bring jokers and
they're gonna have the academy. They have the academy out there playing Man City before that. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Tony, is that this thing is a law. Yeah, we are up. We are up right now.
Big ups, Danny. Big ups, Danny. Danny, hit here if you like the show, man. Big ups to you, man. Let us know if you like the show. Yeah, Matty.
Tony, we're up right now in this. This thing is going to change by the end of next week. It's going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I'm telling you, Tony, it's going to come down to this bench. At some point, this bench is going to be called on to bail us out.
Yeah, definitely.
And for everybody, and I stated this with Gunner, for everybody that's in this team right now, it is put up or shut up. If I'm the manager, because let's face it, me, you, everybody know Arteta's coming back next year. If I'm Arteta, I'm looking at everybody in this team. And if they are not up to snuff, they out of here, which most of them need to be anyway.
Yeah,
because it's time to compete. It's time to legitimately compete. If we're think about it. Think about this, Tony. Think about this. If we're getting this far in this tournament, why don't we have the players to just go ahead and win? We should have. That just speaks to that we need more quality. The quality could get us over the line.
Yeah,
that's what a little piece of quality do. That's what you ever had your car worked on and you go there and you go get you order the part and they put the part on. They say, well, man, that's aftermarket, but you got to get the actual OEM part and you won't have any problems. See, we keep getting these aftermarket parts, and then they show up. They show up at the worst time. It go out on you.
Yeah, facts.
When I look at these fixtures and people just we're gonna blow this team away, blow that team away, and I'm like, what did I tell you all last week when I was on the show? I said we beat Brentford 2-1. Y'all looked at me with like gasp for air. What?
Yeah.
Oh man, what? And what happened? Well, how did we beat them? 2-1.
I agree. You said that. I agree.
When we play these teams, Tony, these teams are coming to play spoiler. We got Everton on the last day of the season, which could very well be for the title. That could actually be a title game, by the way. People ain't taking that serious, but yeah, it could actually be the actual title game. They could very well be trying to stay up for relegation.
Oh my days, man.
Man United is
This
playing for European place. They're playing for European place
European
when we
place.
play them. You
Yeah,
think they
yeah.
ain't gonna be trying to do this? And this is why I said this cinema is not over with. Yeah, we're at the top of the table this week. I'm glad. Hey man, we're at the top of the league. Hey, we are top of the league. But Tony, we were let's not act like we didn't have something similar this time last year. We have
Yeah,
to
man.
get the job done. We have to get the job done.
See, Matty, I do agree with you. We need to get the job done, but also look at this scenario. Yeah, we face Bayern Munich, of course, their manager Tuchel. Let's don't act as if Tuchel hasn't been spanked up left, right, and center by Mikel Arteta when he was the manager at Chelsea Football Club. Good and okay. Tuchel has European pedigree. Yeah, he's won the Champions League. We give him that. Yeah, but he's won that title with Chelsea Football Club under some very, 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 sketchy circumstances in a way. Now he's leading Bayern Munich. Yeah, do you think his European experience will trump what Arteta has done to him at Chelsea when he was a manager at Chelsea Football Club? Do you think his experience over the line in Chelsea over the years, Borussia Dortmund over the years, and also his experience in Bayern Munich will trump what Mikel Arteta has done? Because why I'm saying this is because Mikel Arteta has done a number on him when he was at Chelsea Football Club. Now he's with Bayern Munich. Definitely, they're coming in, with a different style, different approach. He likes attacking football. He likes to move the ball around. He has the players that can literally cause damage to this Arsenal gameplay, because he has also malleable players that can be able to adopt and transition into different dimensions and can position themselves in that team that can literally hurt Arsenal. But again, can Tuchel, do you think, his European pedigree would suffice? Because Mikel Arteta's European standard, it's looking it's sketchy. Let's be very frank. It's sketchy.
I think whatever Harry Kane decides to do on that day, I think whatever Thomas Mueller decides he wants to do, I think what Jamal Musiala decides on what he wants to do, I think what Leroy Sané decides on what he wants to do, I think with Leon Goretzka, what he decides he feels like he wants to do, Alphonso Davies feels like he wants to do, Serge Gnabry decides on what he wants to do. You hear all them players I'm calling out? Out of all them players, they all of them got at least one of those. Savages. Killers. Every player I just called out is straight savages. Every player. Let me go over here. I'm going to go right back over here. Let me go back over here. And you tell me. You look at that. Look at the team. Look at all players. And when the pressure cooker is on, you go to the. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep going back to it just to hammer this point.
Shout out to Yorkshire Gooners. Shout out to Yorkshire Gooners. Shout out to Drew Gunners, who's down here with us. That's our moderator and is also my graphics guy. So, and please subscribe to his channel, Drew Gunner. Drew Gunners, please put your channel down there in the chat so that the new people that came up today can go and subscribe to you. You're my guy, Carl Rossi. See, I respect this guy. Yeah, of course, his knowledge of football. Secondly, he's a moderator. Thirdly, he has also done a lot for this channel. So big ups to Carl Rossi. Big ups to Danny, who has also done a lot for this channel. Big ups to you guys in the chat, Mama Flossie and the rest of them down there. Yeah, you were saying something.
I said, I was saying that you look at all those names I just called out, and then you add in our players. We got Saka, Martinelli. I'm not going to count Declan Rice as the goal scorer because he plays defensive mid. You look at Martinelli, if he's healthy, if he can stay healthy. Trossard.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to look at that for what it is. This is what I said. It's all going to hinge on at home. But, Tony, I want people to also realize this, too. It's also going to hinge on us winning this league, too. Because they're going to have to put up the goods. They're gonna have to put up because let me say this, Tony. The Brentford game 1-0. You had that howler.
Oh my
and then
days.
it was chaos. And
It
we
was
won.
chaos, man.
It was chaos.
But let's be frank, that's not gonna. But again, let's be frank, that's not gonna happen again because I don't think Ramsey
is it Tony? Hey, Tony. Is it? Are you 100% sure? Are you sure? Are you sure that won't happen? Are you sure?
No. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Ramsdale is not gonna don this Arsenal shirt again. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. See, if Arteta does that, then let him just leave even before the Bayern Munich game. To be very sincere with you, it's not gonna happen. We don't.
What I'm asking you, Tony. What I'm asking you, Tony, is
Ramsey will. I don't think Ramsey will don the Arsenal shirt again.
What I'm asking, Tony. What I'm asking. I'm not asking about Ramsey. I'm asking Tony. I'm asking about lapses of concentration, not just from the goalkeeper.
No, I get that.
But players in the team, because see, everybody. That's what I keep telling you, man. Is mentally, every player in this team got to be locked in. Trossard can't be having stinkers.
Oh my!
Odegaard can't go missing. So far, so good. He's been good in the last couple of games, but can you maintain that for the rest of the seaon?
Exactly.
This is where players like Declan Rice and Gabriel Magalhaes, these guys have got to walk around and constantly remind players, hey, we got to be on. He himself, even Gabriel Magalhaes, has to be on 100%. Every player that is starting in this Arsenal team for the next 10 to 12 weeks have to be locked in, laser focused. Otherwise, a loss or a draw right now put you right. You in hot water. You in hot water.
True.
We need
to win the rest of our games. So we need to win everything.
Win out.
And definitely, we need to win everything.
Win.
We need to win everything.
Win. I tell you, this is exactly what you got to do. Win every single thing.
Because if we go draw against Man City,
we don't need to be talking about draws. We need because they told us, Tony, I don't hear nothing about a draw against City because we had beat them in the dinner plate championship. We beat them earlier this year. So why can't we go down there? That would go a long way in quenching my thirst, knowing that we could go away to City and beat them. That would make me feel so much more confident about going to the Allianz Arena, going somewhat hostile and beating the team. But like you said, Tony, our away form is what's been getting us this year, especially in this European, and then even in the league. We go away to some of these places, man, and it get crazy.
Yeah, and we have some very crazy away games to go.
Crazy away. I mean, Tony, look at these away games.
We have to go to White Hart Lane. You know, we have to go to Old Trafford, the place traditionally where we've been slaughtered. Yeah, even on seasons or during seasons that Arsenal, have been, blitzing teams and having such a good season. We just go there and capsize. We need to have a good game down there at Old Trafford. We have to have a blessed game when we go to Man City. Either way, we can't afford to drop any more.
Tony, and Tony, what about
we can't afford to drop points at City? Is this clear?
What about where they placed the Chelsea game? What about where they placed the Chelsea game? Because the Chelsea game will get dropped in there somewhere. Fixture congestion. We got fixture congestion. We got 2 or 3 games a week in certain times of this year toward the back end of the season, Tony.
Let me make it clear for everyone. See, this is what Matt is referring to. After we come back in the next 17 days, Arsenal and Matty, this is also a big question for you. After we come back in the next 17 days, Arsenal go to City. When Arsenal come back, we also have to go face Luton. Mind you, Luton is in a relegation battle. Now, we have average of just 2 to 3 days break as we play these teams. These games are going to be coming left, right, and center. It's going to be hard. Yeah,
Tony,
it's gonna be
Tony,
sweaty.
let me
See,
throw
yeah,
some of your way
we
right
play
quick, Tony.
who? We play Aston Villa back at home. We have to go
Tony,
down to Bayern Munich. We have to come back down there. We also have to see lots of games.
Tony, let me help you out, Tony. Let me make it plain for you. March 31st, Man City. April 3rd, Luton Town. April 6th, Brighton. April 9th, 3 days later, Bayern Munich. 4 days later, Aston Villa. 4 days later, Bayern Munich. 3 days later, Wolves. Tony, shit's about to get real. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. Business is about to pick up. And I'm telling you, this is the concern on this when you got them bang, 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 bang games, just like that. As far as I'm concerned, I wish everybody would call in and tell them they don't want to play international break. Say, I don't want to play. Just like what Ben White did. I don't want to play. Just leave me at home. All of them need to do it. Sit at home. Find an injury. I broke my cat. Yeah. My cat broke his leg. Somebody come up with something. This is the way they have to stay home. Because we need all hands on deck coming down the street.
We need all hands on deck.
3 to 4 days of each game. I just called out 3 to 4 games. That's a gauntlet.
Yeah.
That's a gauntlet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But again, how can we navigate it, man? Because it's gonna be just
one game at a time. That's all you can do, Tony. One game at a time. This is why I keep telling people. People are like, oh man, we're gonna blow this. No, we play the team. We do the best we can. We get what we can get, and we get out of there. There is no. I don't want anybody, as far as I'm concerned, looking at this schedule, say, "Oh, we'll blow this team. We'll beat." No. We're not. No, nope. It's not gonna work that way. I'm seeing 8 hit 6 there, beat this team 4 there, 5 there, 3 there. You know, I'm telling you like it is. One freaking game at a time. One game at time. Trust me, I've been a coach.
One game
I've been a coach, and I've had to do this. And when you going through a gauntlet, you got to go one game at a time. Because every game is going to be different than the game you just played. There's no game on this schedule that's going to be the same. No, regardless of how low the team is or where they at, no team is going to be the same.
Matty, good. See, guys in the chat, I hope you enjoyed this show because, see, it's fact after fact after fact. Yeah. See, back-to-back fact. Now what we're bringing down here, you might not hear it on any other channel. We're talking the facts down here. We do believe that Arsenal will go against Bayern Munich. We do believe we'll have the chance to win. We're all saying that. But we're not saying that we're going to blow them up or something like that. If you hear me saying that, it's just for gimmicks, you know. But we're going to just do our job, yeah? And try and see if we can get over the line. To be very sincere with you, we didn't have the resources here to do this in the first place. We're in that conversation right now. I'm not saying we're going to go down there and car. No, we'll go toe-to-toe with them. But again, I have this fear. Even if I do believe that Arsenal can go and win these games, yeah, but I still have this fear that our recruitment in the summer and in January will come back to haunt us, Matty. I have that big fear. I still do think that there will be times this season where, you know, we didn't get a prolific striker will come back to haunt us. I still believe that like-for-like replacement for Saka didn't come in. We really needed that to at least ensure that if Saka is producing stinkers in some certain European games where we need him to, you know, get us over the line, and he can't, that we have someone who is down there helping us out. But right now we don't have that. And now we're facing, you know, these big teams in Europe who play awkwardly, because in Europe they play so awkwardly, just like FC Porto. And that takes me to my next question. How do you think that FC Bayern Munich perceive the Arsenal? Early this morning after that Early this morning after that draw, of course, Thomas Müller, a Bayern Munich legend, an ongoing player right now for me because you know what he's done for Bayern Munich, yeah. He came out smiling, came out laughing, you know, in a cheeky way with a statement. Was talking to Kai Havertz, saying he's relishing the opportunity to have a kickabout with him. To be frank, he said, he's hoping it to be a tough game, but it was tongue in cheek, with the way he was talking. Yeah, I smelled the bullshit all around it. If they drew against Man City, he wouldn't have the cojones to place a call to Phil Foden, or to place a call to Rodri, or to place a call to all these big assassins in Man City team. Why he's saying that is because he drew up against Arsenal. They drew against Arsenal, and he's comfortable. He's comfortable in his own skin. How do you think that these Germans, that these Bavarians, how do you think that they perceive this Arsenal? Because the way they perceive us is very important, because we can get to know if they're coming to keep a mid block, if they're coming to play a low block, if they're coming to attack us. We need to know if these opponents really respect us. What do you think? Do you think Bayern Munich respect us? Because what I saw this morning from Thomas Müller, I'm sorry, mate, that guy really thinks that we're goofballs. That guy thinks he's looking at a cat, like to just kill off and I don't know. That's my own idea. I might be wrong in this. I'm not saying it's fact, but I'm saying that I smell the bullshit.
If
he's not scared of Arsenal.
If we drew Chelsea, how would you feel? If we drew Chelsea,
I'll feel good right now.
So think about it. So I want you to look at. Let me bring it to you this way, Tony. We hadn't been in the Champions League in God knows how long.
14 years.
No, have not been in the Champions League. We've been out of the Champions League for what, 6 years?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not the final. You think about getting past the quarter, getting to the quarterfinal. No. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is we have not been in the discussion
for about 6 years.
6 years. He's seeing it from that perspective. That's what anybody we play from here out is seeing it from that perspective. We're inexperienced. As far as right now, we're inexperienced in the Champions League. Whether people want to deal with it or not. And last time I checked, last time we played them, we scored 2 goals total. 1 home, 1 away. And he was on the team. Mind you, he was on the team that did the ass whooping. He was the one scoring the goals, by the way.
He was the one scoring the goals, by the way. Yeah, sure.
Tony, we scuffled against Porto the other night. This is why I said right now, I have it as a loss, depending on how our form looks, because that's going to be critical. We got to have good form going to Bayern Munich. Arsenal is a team that has to be on form. We have to be on form, Tony. Arsenal has to be on form because we know how we are. We drop a game, and then we draw 2 or 3, and then that game show up. Now you know how we are under pressure. It start looking sideways and hands in your pockets, hands sweating,
But Matty, we won't keep that same pace. I don't think Arsenal
we have to. Tony, Tony.
We can't. It's not physically possible. Mostly Tony, when the bench isn't being relied upon.
That's the point I'm trying to get you. I've been trying to get you to see all day. That's what I've been trying to get you to see all day. The only way we're winning anything this year is if we keep up the pace. If we find a way to do it. We can't take our foot off the gas because we don't have anything on the bench. That's my point. Yeah. We don't have room to say, well, we can't. No, you got to do it. You got to do it. Because we didn't do what we need to do in January. We don't have any. There's nobody on that bench that can come save us. There's nobody that can come in unless Jesus decides all of a sudden he wants to score 9 goals, 12 goals.
Yeah.
And based off of his own records, I don't see that happening. Trossard's going to have to play out of his skin for the rest of the season. Trossard's going to have to play. Martinelli's going to have to play. Saka's going to have to add on there. Saka's going to have to whoever, because I don't have my goal scoring. Let me pull up my sheet here. Let me call these numbers out. We're going to have to have Saka scored. What is this I'm looking at here? 16 goals this season. He's going to have to score at least 28. 29.
Yeah.
Trossard's going to have to get 20, at least 18 to 20. Odegaard's going to have to start chipping in with 7, 8, 9 more goals. Havertz is going to have to add 10 goals. We're going to have to start getting massive goals to get over the line.
Yeah.
And I've said this, and I'll say it, and I'll say it again. We could very well beat City twice this year and not win anything. And that would be an absolute tragedy.
Oh my days, man. We have to win. We have to win this game.
We got to win. That's what I said. They have got to. The boys are going to have to. They're going to have to do bonding exercises, whatever it takes. It has to be complete. Every day they come to work, they have to say, "Guys, we got to win." It has to become an obsession. They have to become obsessed with winning. We have to become obsessed with winning. If they don't become obsessed with winning, Tony, and you start dropping two draws right now, we out of it. We were this close to being out of it this weekend with the buffoon. He has to be okay. He has to be on 100%. Brother, people don't see. A lot of people don't understand how difficult this is. Let me take you back to when we went to the Champions League. Juventus.
Shout out to Frank Morris, who's down here, a new subscriber. Please, Frank Morris, if you're just coming into the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and show us some love down there. Lion Tech, my guys, down there. Samuel Njunguna, big ups to you guys. Please, you should make sure you subscribe to the channel, yeah, and just see. I agree to everyone's opinion. Everyone's opinion is welcome around here. Yeah, please put your opinions. Don't be scared about anything. I do respect all your opinions. It's all about talking. It's all about the Arsenal. It's all about enjoying and sharing opinions. So please make sure you share your opinion and be respectful. I love you guys. Yeah, and please just subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the Southern Gunner. Yeah, also you have to do that.
Tony, let's not forget. I was around and I was out to see it. We had to go through Juventus, Madrid, Villarreal, and we ultimately played Barcelona.
Yeah.
We had one of the greatest, if not the greatest player in Premier League history drug us through all that. Who is going to be the player that's going to drag us through it this go round? Who's going to drag us to a Premier League title? Who's going to drag us through?
Declan Rice? Declan Rice?
I would love to have Declan Rice. I would have loved to have a Declan Rice player as a striker. Mm-hmm. But somebody's going to have to drag us.
Drag us. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Definitely.
This right now where we are is where legends are made. And we got a saying. We have a saying here in the States on Friday night. Friday night, American football is big shit here in the States. And a lot of times you hear coaches on the sideline say, somebody has to get their name put in the newspaper tomorrow.
Yeah.
Somebody on this team has to get their name put in the newspaper. Somebody has to stand up. Because see, now for me, Tony, where we are dictate who needs to be here next year.
See, Matty, I do agree with you, yeah. But again, with what you said, I'm going to look at it from the flip side. I wouldn't act as if this manager, Mikel Arteta, hasn't found some solutions on the way, on the way to winning this title. So if we're going to win the title domestically. At the time where we always needed, we're looking for goals, when seeing, that output in goals, he found a solution. Probably he went back to his pet books and decided to, spread the goals abroad the whole team. So right now, the solution to that was that, it did one or two tweaks here and there, and now the whole team is scoring. Ben White is even helping out. He's overlapping quite well. He's scoring goals. Bukayo Saka is scoring goals even if he's having an underwhelming season. Kai Havertz is having a piece of the pie at the same time. Trossard is having his own input also. Martinelli is having a new lease of life after coming back from Dubai. The goals have been shared all abroad the team as a unit, which is also good. That's a solution naturally to that goal scoring problem that plagued Arsenal, at least in the first 20 games this season. But again, do you think this manager would have that answer in Europe? right now that the tactics in Europe is looking a little bit scary. Look at FC Porto coming into our yard and facing us, head to head and playing in that way. I thought that they would even, just go back and revert back to a mid block or probably maybe a low block. But no, they came out to play, and this scares me. And what also even scares me at the end of the day is that Mikel Arteta might not know how to cope with this awkward tactics. Yeah, when these European managers will come up with this, horrible tactics
Tony,
that's meant to stifle our kind of football. Now,
Tony,
what's your take on this? Do you think it will bring out that solution the way he found the solution to our goal scoring problems? Can
no,
he hack it?
Tony, I don't think he can against these European. We saw it against Porto. He was deported by. This is why when I say when I say that it gets really hot when it gets hot in the kitchen. I want folks to understand this. I'm going to say this. I want people to stop whatever they're doing right now, unless you drive it.
Listen, guys. Listen, man. He's about to drop another bomb. Listen, guys.
It won't be Mikel Arteta to get this team over the line. It's going to be the players themselves this year.
I've been saying this. Forget the manager. The players.
The players. It's not the manager this year. It's the players themselves that will have to get this team over the line. And this is why I keep going back to somebody. They should be every night. Somebody should be on the phone. You know when three-way first came out, everybody was on the phone with three-way back in the day, Tony. You sitting there, everybody on the party line. We used to call it the party line, and they should be talking. Hey man, are you locked in? Yeah. Matter of fact, I think there's this story. If I can remember, this correct. I believe there was a story.
Big up Jamil.
I think it was Kobe Bryant used to call people, either LeBron, it was one of the two, would call their teammates in the middle of the night to check in to make sure they were locked in.
Yeah.
That has to be done.
Yeah.
Players have to call, hey man, it's time to get ready. Are you ready?
It's time to get ready.
Matter of fact, thinking about it, because I had to go back so far, my players used to do that. They would call each other. If anyone ever watching it, they used to call each other. Hey man, you ready? Are you prepared for this game? Because they knew we were going for a title. We were going for this title. We got to win this title. Because the chance might not present itself again. In a perfect world, we like to think we're going to compete like this every year. But reality is, who knows? There's some teams that they get to a final, you never see them there again. We have got to have players all hands on deck. All hands have to be on deck, Tony, in order for us to be successful. Every player has to hold each other accountable. I was thrilled to see Ben White slap Zinchenko upside the head because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take that kind of stuff.
It's going to take that kind of attitude.
Yeah, that's the attitude right now. If you lose, yeah. If everybody ain't on the singing from the same hymn sheet, then what players not on that page need to be removed. Hey, Jesus, come on. We still got 3 or 4 subs. He ain't getting it done. I'm walking over to the manager. This ain't it. We need to find something else. We got somebody else gonna have to step up. We have got to be locked in for the next 10 weeks. It's gonna be a long. Let me tell you, this is gonna be long, bro. This is gonna be a long, hard end to the rest of the season.
I agree with you because we're having games. See, guys in the chat here, don't get this twisted. Yeah, I still believe Arsenal will still go head to head with Bayern. I think we can do it. But again, it's going to be grueling, man. Every 3 days, 17 days from now, Arsenal will be having games. How about that? Right? This is where we would know the mettle, what Mikel Arteta has learned over the past seasons. This is it. If he's going to earn his stripes, this is it. This is the time he's going to show us what he's made of. Do you think he's going to make it? Let's see. I don't know. I keep saying I have my doubts about this manager, to be very sincere with you. But the thing there is that I want to support my team we're in that conversation right now. So I can, in as much as we're in that conversation, I want to support this team. But man, this is the time he needs to end that strike, man. He needs to earn it at this time. Earn it, Mikel Arteta. Earn it. Fix up. Don't wait until the Bayern Munich manager makes a change before you counter. I don't need no reaction. You know, I don't know what to say, man.
So there's nothing else to say. We can end on that because that's it. I mean, there's nothing else to discuss because now it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah,
I think we can give it a go at City. We need to win that game. I keep people saying draw. I don't even about draw. I want to win.
Matty, are you tongue in cheek in that one? Do you think
I want to win.
Conjure something in that game?
I think we can. I think we can be. Quite frankly, I think we can beat City 3-1. I'm that confident.
Wow, are you serious?
You think you see me play? You think I'm playing? I think we can beat City 3-1.
Are you serious, Matty?
I am serious as a heart attack.
Hallelujah.
I didn't see that coming. If you beat them twice, why the hell can't you beat them 3 times? What the hell? I mean, you beat them twice, why the hell can't you beat them? Hell, if we can't beat them now, Tony, that's going to tell you a lot. If we come back from that break and can't beat them, that tells you all you need to know about going forward for the rest of this season. Just go ahead, get prepared, start looking at your transfers for the summer. You just get everything in order because when the chips are on the line, Tony, it's time for these young men to grow up. They're getting ready to play. They get ready to play this team. They beat them twice. Why the hell can't you beat them 3 times? That would say a lot for the rest of the season. That would shut a lot of people up. We go beat them 3 times. You beat the 3 times. You beat them and you beat Liverpool. Why the hell can't you go beat everybody else? It would be. Let me tell you something. It will. You want to see my head explode? Watch us if we beat them and then turn around and lose to Luton. Or lose to Wolves. After you done beat them and they've done all that. Then I have a question about mentality.
Definitely, yeah. See, yeah, guys, we've come to the end of the show. This has been a bumper show. See, whenever me and this brother are out here, this is what you get. Facts upon facts. See, we delve into everything, yeah. Matty, shout out your channel, man. I can't wait to have you probably maybe in the next 2 weeks because I'll be taking a little break so I can refresh, go to Dubai, get my steak from Salt Bay and come back so I can be refreshed.
You can find me here on YouTube, Southern Tuna. As a matter of fact, this weekend we're gonna have a show. It's gonna be, as of right now, still lining everybody up, but as of right now, it's gonna be me, Tony, Anfield Rod, Bance, and a couple of other people will be on as well. That'll be this Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. UK. And we're going to be talking about pretty much everything we talked about here on a much bigger scale on Sunday. I guarantee to be a knockdown, drag out affair. I can't wait to get Tony and Rod. Oh my God. I can't wait.
See you guys. See, me too. I can't see guys. Yeah, have you guys been on the show?
If you free your and James, if you catch it on a replay, y'all message me. Let me know if y'all available, and we'll get y'all on as well. That'll be this Sunday, 10 a.m., 3 p.m. UK.
Yeah, 3 p.m. UK. See ya, guys. Yeah, have you ever been on the southern side? See, you just have to come down there and see at the Southern Gunner channel, man. See, guys, it's all about facts. This guy doesn't play around, come around, come watch, what Matty has got cooking on the Southern side. Just subscribe to the channel. And then you'll see Frank Morris. Go subscribe to the Southern Gunner. Yeah, even if you subscribe to Tony Clark Gunner TV, go down there at the Southern side. Just go see what he has. And he's this kind of guy that is open to new interpretations. It's open to, accepting your opinion, but you will listen to his also. So, go shout out that channel and go support them down there. See you guys. Yeah, I would be here tomorrow with Sad. Sad will be down here. Dio will be coming down here in the evening tomorrow. probably maybe around I think 9 p.m. UK time. So, come join us here tomorrow and see us do something. I would even like Matty to be here because I've seen Dio and Matty have,
I won't be able to make it
they've
tomorrow.
traded
I know you. I know
they've
you didn't want to see. You didn't want to see me raise hell. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow anyway. I gotta work.
they've traded shots before, and I really liked that, man. Yeah, that was scary one. The other day when I saw it with Dio, but it would have been nice to.
I like
Daniel.
Daniel. Of course, Daniel gonna have to come on. He gonna have to. He gonna have to take a little bit of that juice because he gonna see it. He gonna see it coming out of the shit. He gonna see the pressure. That pressure. Hey, we are under pressure. We are under pressure. Everybody for to find out what kind of pressure is gonna be in the next 10 weeks.
Definitely. Catch me and the Southern Good on his channel on Sunday. See ya, guys. That show is gonna blow you out of the park. Very, very important. Be down there with us. Shout out to everyone who came down here with us. Our guy Lion Tech, Jaminho in the building. Drew Gunner's my moderator, my guy, and my graphic designer also. Drew Gunner, big up to you, man.
Drew,
and all love.
Drew.
Frank Morris, who came down here, Samuel Unjuguna. Samuel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you also on the Southern Goodness channel too. All of you that came down here, my moderator also, Mama Flossie, Carl Rossi, Danny, every one of you, big ups. And, from me and